Miriam, good morning.
Good morning, Marche.
Yeah. Bibi aboko there.
Na metiasi there tiasi.
This is HammerTime.
Eba hamem.
Me that's it. Say invite us no. Oja tuna bibia oba na bibia kama. Na trick net something right. We had a good time on the road.
Yeah, definitely. We had a long, beautiful ride. I was telling you, it's been like almost 7 years since I used
the road. Yeah.
Because you it's in contemporary, but you know, it feels great to be back on the road because I'm saying way back in but then I'm saying yeah, so it was a great experience.
Yes. Maybe freestyle way because we me finding out.
Okay.
Tema. I said those days, and I said boys, you know, we coming together, challenge my home. Obi Zobi they say. Maybe I said Krana still us on the
yeah.
Tell us about Tema and the boys.
First of all, me share a chef phone your family d.cryme. Tema you be a woman. And I think say a music city because yeah, Mberawa na nkokro ni hwekwa na nyom 4 lines.
Okay.
Nti say yana na no kwa 4 lines wo ha. Ye mebu no name rantie na kana na ni mabawa na kana de. Say also was atayeve.
Yeah.
A place whereby anya nyom keke na yeye. Yankasa so ye puti ye ho into competition whereby untimi rap be 3 or 4 lines no agaze we you content with that one. We you den also travel for because yes, we dey na with the freestyle.
Yeah.
Idea da it's me pile baby. I should be in Valley, Nick Hotel, or Joe Carlo, you know, all the places that you me share. Even studios. Tomorrow will be dropping the freestyle sign. To me, if I would there 4 lines be out on the bear last week and now they are and today you are compelled to write something new. And no nema from a boy, you know, a twat say no. I'm saying in a tea, because 8 my boys, the idea. And one thing I can say for sure is a Tema yen repeat communities no. Okay. Repeat Dino back as Tema. To be no because I mean Tema community 7 and as a community 7 4 boy. Obi as me Tema ye won Tema. And the man Dean Tema ni Gina.
Okay. Yes. So you have Stage A, Sarkodie.
Too many names. Stage A. Yes, Sarkodie, Yaosiki, you know, Opanka, Yapono, Chris Waddle, you know,
Guru no.
No, Guru comes and goes, but I'm saying no thing crying.
Ziggy.
All these brothers, no, Tema vibe net share.
Okay.
But yes, because Tema no yaji hofo, yada hofo also. But oh ba no abo because
nya tight.
They be yending cook for that.
And 5-5 also.
5-5-1 crying. Omo represent Dabraka.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay.
Yep.
And joint building there was this Fintex. There's a pub. So those this
the Loon Bar.
The Loon Bar. Honor going.
Honor. First of all, shout outs to Dr. Duncan. I'm saying BBT and Kano. Na through Dr. Duncan or Adom FM.
Okay.
Now, unse radio team looking like we are penny.
Yeah. Behind
because of ya sana ultra when you funny one etinitema adwene no do e ma man sainti no after Kasahari no na Mr. Eric of the Loon.
Okay.
Oton Crafe ye Kasahari on the grounds nankasa.
Okay.
Because back on the radio until say about grounds na instrument tregu na man for spetina de na eno na ma nkofo kan say aya so me say anyway because some match voices na mutimi say we ni nyina ne kra omu wi omu say na some ye nkwala on I don't know, you know, my lyrics na. I think say Mr. Eric so is one of the key people that helped promote us by amansan hu yenim ye Dr. Duncan if you are Mr. Loon into Mr. Eric into as ye fi Kasahari wie na yaba Sprintex on ye be freestyle na make us this e bi ha ye tun craft ne ye be enuma ye wi Mr. Eric my do so DJ ya kwan ya e bi e be so be nipa miensa enti miensa no ne a che nkofo mienu ne se wo ne wa anya ade enti jitum se wo trampo no nye what you say?
To the one wanya di na
so. Wanya the waji hu atum say in the freestyle no yes say ho but one for say the no do no when they won count.
So how do you judge when you're doing the freestyle?
You see when you crowd reaction film sometimes one kasa wa fa for no creative because hey
and the audio echo
because obi anim there whatever.
Okay.
Your rap bi wa ha ba ku me no obi ate but your ba ku bi e would do a bi a wo tro ne nra na to say when I was one kasa na for na say unu no mutimi twa attention travel processing some way into no you know, and all these things trained us to become who we are today.
Any boy who never me freestyle you. Listen, is young, and I say, what's a womb?
First off, in raping here the baby suit mission, and I'm musiano. Credited me perfecting because a Juma will be man a fediana more.
Okay,
but maybe I don't person who a muya on it, reject and then challenges, you know. And you know, Usia, now, person, you know, Obisa phone your acquaint. The person who Usia will be who. Then, when we repeat the war, Okata when you cry, I question one no coin. Okata when you cry, no coin. Well, and you know, Pina, meet my cousin to Fubi brain, and the way. It's already in our blood. But along the way, you see, because they be every day is a new day for lesson, you know. I cry a lesson till they be a yep.
I have boys. I said, yeah. In quotes, or Kobolos. Yeah, because majority of parents would not like to see their children in the street. No, you're going to be to my influence. What parents' reaction towards these things?
Well, I mean, Chade, my old phone, no more supportive.
Okay.
I'm on fast come, I say, but you call recording mom. Name mom, you know, Omujidi said, this is what you want to do, you know. The Ubaya and or how any bonny me fear dear or more for us.
Okay. Now,
Obasha, me fear Nankasa a new fee.
Right.
Me will find me anti when you're more band.
Oh, okay.
Me papa and Casa de Cali Hayes. After interview with my Google
Cali,
yes, Cali Hayes or Germany. Oh no, oh yeah, more of Boga High Life in Ubasha or albums bear fall to his credit already.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in Intentionality, and I'm more genuine that. And you know, that's one thing I'm really grateful for. Some are for a year supportive with us. Yes.
So growing up, no, general episode.
Ube team d.cryme doctor. Yes, and then number one. Something from in collaborating whereby I feel like a cool job. Oh, and I'm young as I mean collaborating. You know, I mean, him says I'm doctor and somebody in the military.
Okay.
In Tubasha, it is never far from in Yuma in a sense. I'm from a Dr Cryme. Me ask me a general. Me general can be a 6-star general.
And
in Tubasha, who's a general? So the last one there 5. This is me a 6-star general. It means all the generals report to me. I mean my bro rank, you know. And I started in I will show you rap as a soldiers. Until you rise through the ranks now from Lance Corporal to Corporal Sergeant in the man and be do general. And you know, and you make a can bomb home run. Once I would do 2 jobs. See, I bought d.cryme and Crank of Fontambo, but he'll be home here, the general. Yeah. It's because I'm home pem so on it, you know, and I'm more to feature. I mean, they do have me to
creative rhyme. You what
most enjoy.
Dr Cryme. So to me, so they go to the D was a DR. Okay,
me didn't say a doctor. Dr Cryme. Now I'm saying I'm I am for trust. So almost for I told you about d.cryme. And Tina no yako a nickname of a nickname.
Okay. The way they say it,
yes. Omutra doctor no so yen d.cryme. D.cryme. And rap you cry. If you say me d, say me d kasa Darlington.
Yeah.
So what just say d near Darlington crime. Name 2 different characters.
Oh, okay. Mama Juma. It is hard you say no. Benefit minimum. So we artists now go through this.
So many benefits. In fact, I'm saying repina. Yeah, my muhana. Yeah, you be so your mom say, and today now you come. I think music itself is a whole career. Yeah. In fact, you be book compassion. You back osema. Nasa you be Barbara Mukakra. Which is one of the oldest profession.
Yeah.
I'm say you know him say Lucifer to it. Yeah. On it. Nabo for against Yankopon. What's your position, Ukraina? Sabio Nanya banker. Sabio
Chief Chorister.
Yes. In the choir master, Kenetima feels away superior. I will pass when Yankopon will take Pencroy. Not just saying, you Munankasa will be a some boy a dance. What yes, in social music has been there way back till now.
Yeah.
Now, a very lucrative job. Udon who remwa. I was thinking, in some call you Mafophobia account.
Yeah.
Name the reason why it's me holding be back and say system and only be her any juma.
Okay.
Example like royalty system. Yeah, try, but in CP, in new actually, whereby with me I can say, okay, me being a composer and not just a songwriter and I performer, no, I can only solely rely on music and do some pempens. When it's CC, Sabu is a one baby beyond tongue count now, because I will train show in Kwa Utiati. But yes, Sadianka is a beautiful job where banka, oh, yeah. And this uncle be because Obasha, I'm an honest, I'm to Tomana, Omanamoni, Amoniama Yentino. Obi ya nyuma eno kwa da na royalties ni so ni ko say bumu ko store didi ho
entina you have anything side issues we say ya can I say it looks like we know the problem but we can't find a solution
no near semen but I think say you know boss obo no na yes and so pe a kwanya ye betimi dia so ano because ade we a longevity a long term ade ye ka say royalties and yet say about last month and this month in kwana be didi say bi obetimi didi ama wona nanom kra be didi enti sisi ano emrepi na ya me hu say ye pe criticizing no more than finding the solution.
Okay.
Me say the reason what I do mostly is that menya empenyefo ne akwenya and emranim fo maybe some saying ye betimi dia to ama we ni we gina. Number 1 omo che say genya na yankoti penkro amba as a one force a pushy agenda. Sebio omomote parliament no. Anya yenkwa na yepe policy ebe govern.
Obi
apia sebio yenuanom shoemakers bisa bomo de tailors bomo de carpenters masons obi apene de. Na mom de pressure ni shame no offer kwan paso no. Ena be ma ejina. But ye de nyamencha de nya akwenya yetimi kasa o radio so. Na so aka pushing in the right place no. We only sit here and be like, oh we nya de. What's the solution? Yenken no. Ye pe ichi bono mo sin ye pe adena akoma sipe.
Also when you discussing bibi we are talking about royalties.
Okay.
But you name say the royalties, the streams and ye can nyina no. Sike baninyi sike bie hu bia ka say you can do music full time.
Okay.
And you may be a kokoso or my ha. Ubia I can anotum. Presenters are common anotum, musicians are common anotum, actors are common anotum. Meanwhile, also the sango for me say surviving shows, events. Now we have policies be a government in the bar. Emma Muntimi and benefited from those businesses now.
Okay.
Now every event organizer look up to a sponsor to get money to pay artists to organize shows. Like at least every month be a shows come out.
Okay.
Now, yes, ma'am, advertise alcoholic beverage. Yes, ma'am, alcoholic beverage for and advertising between the morning to evening. It as an event organizer, so we could pay eventer. Sponsor or the benefit by adding.
Okay.
It Ediana. As an artist, how do you see this? I mean, why be Abaswa?
First of all, let me say this: a big blow, my young artists or stakeholders, because as much as you're influential people, no, can in na you see any who is your want me create advert. No more they are too similar back. No more omodom. And as it's numbers and they can tell because it's in raining. No, na you himself to phone away chita for pan. But you see, this beverages company and as an alcohol company and even betting companies, almost sure who they online. Almost me who the echo. I quite a big blow my because can in and get your base. Remember our numbers and then what means you should be brave.
Not boosting in any page.
Yes. Again, me feel it to say, and I'm say I quite more of talk action less in a sense. What was the action that we stakeholders and as the media front and our gatekeepers in any running for a battle and I'm on being 2 years. I say yeah, and this thing is going to cost us for very, very long because let's look at how these we do advert placement of products in there, whether the betting company, whether the alcohol company and all that. Sabiota fetch and you can never say be back. 1-2 advert placement. Sabio next door your tones great.
Exactly.
Your tones I know one show me video no class still I want neponano. It is what and I make about the system and sank and equemo. Come fast as born in my bonum chini.
Okay.
Because me who is a make us be my fee and say I'm see na movies no more depicted whereby will be a bono or area or anything. So I think say a buy, again yamba as a one front we only chastise but yampe way to let them ease be a loss no kakra anaso me ye fi hokra because the truth is that you see ambemu ye hu bebre ye hu akire ye hu bebre akire because I mean
nothing is happening and a breweries no so no kwa obaga say me ma 1,000 bottles products. Go and sell and make money for your event. It is an event apart from COVID and na ma bibia nkoso no
so the
question I ask those authorities now yes I'm going to say research ben amoye ya mu say celebs advertise alcoholic beverage influencing cra research ben amoye numbers ben anamode yeah e kire say na esen cra oh no ma me say me hu bi dey bi omoye I don't know na much say bia 2% of our youth are into this and that because
of this and that.
The influence. And I'm running about I think 2017.
Yes.
From 2017 to date, one I say with evidence. No, seriously, it's a hard dream because the industry is dying.
Okay.
And I'm passionate about this because while them run by, don't forget say we are also back. Eba be musician. Also ba ebe for that part. It will someone na we no.
Aya na emre ye bebre dwene yon we fun ko a. Omo dwene the longevity of it because ma assign no. Se ya to na mo san boy so bo na mo ntimi nko Grammy CB BET simu nko fama emfa chala wote keke nko ho.
Exactly.
Obehia edom ne amansan aso wasene any policy a ebeboa ede wakwa ama no because imrepi no bro ya kana na natural talent and na Ghana for ya tete abore fam ye ho hihye ye botum ya nante kwa na bi toto na momi nne no akodu mpempen so by enye natural talent and pure talent nko and ye de ton e wo wiase afanan. You would need that support from your government, even the country and the people. Your fans play major role, but bakufo nsan to me nkatanya ngoponi. Until fans and they can do their best. Name system na de nimpokra mwawa. Nothing will pija you there. But yes, I think it's very unfortunate. It's ansem winning na ACC.
And then yes, I can't say me say. Also na okase na ubitim kase na we are side den the can view. Okay, because if we are even in school, we'll be a good maths, we'll be a good or English, we'll be a good for on
literature or Greek,
whatever. If we are so we a talent. It's adentina will be young man also change now or cotton be become to survive.
System no, and I could do some person. They be a person who are beg.
Opening jadi, a skill, a talent, and you know what the idea cause me say. Because I'm good in marketing, but sales, okay. Because minimum kadai. It's because we got on the music. You know, I don't know. The government or the authorities should look into it. And I think Gumroad, musical, those creative art.
I am Pino. Yakasa ne yakasa to say individuals, but you will queer die anymore or more representing.
Yeah.
In Pino, so we like the chastising more than solution finding because nyansa na ya nini ba ku fotim and I to adwena say esi impempe so whereby abeto asupemu a enye obi na beka because your numbers pushing and in creator ya and again musicians might not be a lot here in Ghana ebia na 1 million yendu but akwenya na ye wona so sing kofu bebre because ye ne no edu baby a yen sample ne 9.2 Inti akwenya we any yenya no ye gatekeepers any musicians na den sanke ye push ne kwan paso na enye bi akwenya nkwa na ye bekasa o radio say oh and I say anyway nya the way ye pekwa yentu office we mu say these are all yes we can criticize them but best solution we will go around in circles the same thing that's the problem nankasa is not solved.
Adam was am for push for theater blah 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 theater ni bi we as sponsors been the koyesa show no.
If you are Yanko from better manner from above.
Yo. Ope, Eminem was that.
Your favorite time Eminem.
Yeah.
Your favorite time Eminem. Me call her the Merpin, send another rhymes in the boom together. No, I'm saying, you know, Nyanka Sami feeling. No,
yeah,
I think he's a great mentor when it comes to, you know, lyrical rhymes. Nisanya Manina, and you know, who's you Bisana, Ayana, okay, but you see, when you're a creative person, you don't just follow trends.
Okay,
I keep saying, the word trend, you know. T spellings no TREND.
Trend.
Not just a wee TR, and if you were in China and and you have to be creative when you're following the trend. You have to, you know, be versatile because whoever brought it, and I said society on the buy, you know, I'm with them creative's head in the same way you can be creative as well. And you know, Doctor, even though Dr Cryme, I'm from Eminem, we didn't hear Tema M and M.
Tema
M&M.
M and M.
Yes, it's Tema Mastermind. It's my M&M.
Nice.
But still, it's on the M&M.
Yeah.
And that's what I was called.
So hip hop circles alone now. What admire most?
Very, very.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, me, I'm on mobile before him, which is like the Nas and the Jay-Z's. You know, me see all round hip hop. Me feel Wu-Tang. So you know, from Method Man to Raik One to Razor and all those guys. Me feel because we feel hip hop, but we all angles. We can say we me feeling to you know, I'm a serious Busta Rhymes fan as well. And in Yamaninya, I told you uti on lyrical because hey, and I'm in tight medium because I'm saying you know, even though you might not get to meet him, no, a beautiful experience. And I want to share with Sapo you don't know what will happen or chance until they be all prepared. We share Saturday on stage. Busta Rhymes show no. Yamwa ya hwanke could do something. You named the Busta Rhymes day, but Yamin Chadi, you perform me, you know, backstage, young quantity in Yakunya Yishiano. Because no one's not here. Yes. So me and Saturday, it was just like on Busta Rhymes next play star. 10 you. And that experience, you know, you need two great artists and your mom to be creative like that. And I'm rapping, d.cryme, I hype man on told him. After that, I never told him, come to say, my woman who coming to me, you know. Exactly. And I think it was a beautiful experience for us.
So I
think you know, music is dynamic and you know, it's beautiful. Now you do a reference and I say you want to legends.
Yeah,
it means what by Juma because Aquala nim in sound horror. I like your choice.
Raga, raga, and also wine influence you.
Yes, I'm a man of many talent. But I am rapping, you know. The winning I am a plaster or winning.
Okay.
Into the winning that no, Namadia mom. Overshare a memoir, a raga.
Yeah, raga.
And you say mu raga, chocolate vanilla, raga. Me when you be brame a raga form. I am a raga from whom I must say a bad pan because I believe you say music is dynamic. You know, the person who yeah, I was a feeling. I mean, me too. You be stir it up, little darling. Why can't I compose songs like that? And I mentioned me and your man as an album. Me thrown across. Me one style because me believe it's in sana listening ears nina so nya baako. Nti bo hwa me warm R&B kaka, my warm fast tempo na suitable for radio. My sound warm do metena tia bo mu tirin ko kase abawom. Eno no sa anyum sa ne ntan fansa. Also bo tin ko kase nsemakum. And sana mema was raga form no. Nti all my albums and most of my releases in sana sequence in it.
Okay.
They be I want to so I am person me shock prize in Crawford.
Shock prize.
Yes.
How do you handle fame? I'm asking because it's anyway but we are. You be issue is intent for one. All guys will go to Krumaro. Yo. Oh, how many of you have could you fool? I hear them so sir. Just everybody ain't could you fool. You ever could you fool? What?
I think so. First of all, fame is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But any so money to do with him. I keep telling Crawford say, me d.cryme. Because she darling no minimum. If you're not d.cryme in Crawford bear or in the and I say pim and I say bia or pepe in him no. But still me as I could see Darlington man sister. I don't change. I'm still the same person, even though a lot might know me. I'm still the same person. Me go the line, me told me go be. Boo and Quebec say no yesterday and anka beans in anka jump line though. I still stay in the line and the queue to buy my beans. I mean chade, ebia now ebia me do clubber between me ni ebi obi on money. Ebi do I say oh this be saying. So person Jimmy do I meet you.
Okay.
I'm that type of person because I believe say also ba ma catch it and now ba me me camper. Also bamne here no betia. So na me so me come baby I made respect my whoever who deserve it. But at the same time, and also my Casabua and Sheme. I am a very outspoken person, but same time, you're very free.
I see. Fame, money. Is it difficult to hold?
See how the fame nanka come over, but fame without bum the Sakura.
The fame should come with
bum
do.
In fact, who bum more now when you're famous grand for make us anka and more come than say hey baby I now ankasa Coco Sakura in your pocket and yet
where do you ask me? Ignis which you way? Foresight.
Yes. No, but actually first time I share Ignis or Batama. One of the programs or one of the clubs. I'm saying the presenter.
Okay.
And he said me sign it, me wrap it up show no man.
Right.
So it's like what they can be wrap it up show no. Na nkunya me he least expected because when him say yeah me and all that, but he didn't know that side of the presenting with me. And me is I was like, whoa, you were good. My branding and polishing.
Okay.
That time my name is manager then, which is James Costa Brown.
Okay.
And Omudi Nkomo, and I started Foresight. And he designing show top 10 mommy.
Okay.
When I started Trigger because Foresight already had Jeremy and Jay Foley.
Yeah.
Yes, and that means me and jump into a creative top 10 countdown. And then I started.
I don't know free.
One thing is, and you my funny you. Maybe bit my home.
Right.
They thought a bit much
right.
So trying to combine both by me presenting that many show when you're working tampona walk on.
Okay. Time.
Yes, time in AI. And I want to mean just on to her.
Okay.
Because feeling life when you do it live. But when you're pre-recorded now to the and sign it.
You don't feel it.
Yes. In my ekobasa. But the good thing is made me feel I had other people, ladies me training or they took over. Yes.
How do you prepare for shows? What kind of shows before you go for a show? How do you prepare?
First of all, I am raping me team took a 2 and a month.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm a survey on the grounds. And on area me back row ni mankasa me sanso ma omoto to nkrofo ebisa
what's up?
Yes, what's up? Who's the what are their favorite songs? Because I normally they will be brave. It tell you we need nano and no mo pe. But sometimes me the imagine stage no more requesting you be a but I said my DJ the signal say
okay.
Ayana me asa anamon me to two first. Afa so baby idea ti beto. Security wise and ayana and so yeah boy because your be man so we name there.
Ghana Music Award 2011.
Yes, that's true.
Stage A55 Ziggy.
Yes.
How was the feeling like?
It was a beautiful experience and feeling because one thing I man here there is say and your performance from all the portals and I say these guys saved the day. Your performance I raving because it was a non-stop thing. It was me 55 and the truth is that this tells you say one, they did homework at home. We might not be the main act on the show, but the performance need put here together. No, it was the talk of the show.
Yeah.
And say, no, ayana maya because ayana kukwemo be in ahumboa way.
Oh yeah.
And many people who know perform because you say, hey, energy ni gusu ho, hey, gusu jinemu. Yeah, no, Mr. Hammer. Yeah, that one thing is that most time people judge musicians by your hit song on the radio.
Right.
No, but na shows now abon posting the all trending posts.
Okay.
Because day in and day out, they be you put in work. Day in and day out, they be you put in energy. You brainstorming to bring out the best in us. But so we shouldn't judge great artists by just their radio hits.
Okay. So it's not all about a radio hit. It's about the shows, number of shows you get.
His preparation,
okay.
How he executes. Because we are now teenagers, maybe 5 or 10 years ago. Right. Opinion issue.
No, but
so I experience. No, I mean I did. Yeah, fans na fa kon kan na nto so nka se me na me born you me na me hate maker way intino. What you say because in raping I get them before any property. Na me wo. It's about how well you prepare now and you keep on executing projects be air ba when this is my advice to you, you know, from our OGs and Obibia. Remember my radio judge in Buyapem.
Okay.
Obi wa ha otimi bu no abomfia to the extent of people me share backstage. Obi was Charlie me just think of me feeling viable. Hey, who come them na answer wako stage no.
Okay.
No, come on. Obi antro won your mama. And then you man kasa no uni man you man kasa risky you. In akwa say sebio nyamesom. Obi wa ha udo obi a unnim no in person. You love the person from afar. O kasa nyankopon me jina zian ke nya ye hon popo. Because you believe in from ya telling kasa na ojina wenim. It's the same feeling. Obi feel with you radio so obi ani baby o de te won kan. Sebio tafache bi wa na ye ase obi na outdoor obi na wedding. Impo obi na rare home na de te won kan. Ti say ojina ho a don't think of the naysayers. Omo mu bu abem no mo ntimi ntworo nyum. Omo nim ya nkoma yes ne. Omo ntimi nyenti na mo time there wo ye no. Nti na say nyum no say 50 years or 1000 years o anyum papa entwem.
Yeah.
Good music is timeless. Mr. Hammer, you beat me their dances this year, me no. And you name your creative happy birthday to you. It will be a to be. Only I couldn't call royalties and you.
Go be in the car.
Happy birthday to you. One rhythm was assembled. Happy birthday to Obia to Growful for us to cry the same rhythm. That tells you, say, good composing is timeless.
A bit is a ding.
It's timeless.
Yeah.
We are woman creative kind timeless. Sika ba pa timeless.
Kwame. TVC Junction. Benz mechanics of your
Okay.
D.Cryme has indeed hit the nail right on its head. Good music is indeed timeless.
Bless him.
Obano Ubekume Aferi is indeed a timeless tune. H1.
Thank you.
Okra, how do you do it? Blah, 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 blah. As you know now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They don't need to be told.
Yeah, man.
God bless him, man.
Me was surprise guest on HammerTime.
Oh.
Me woni di enche.
Okay.
Oh, me nia jam refi den kambe. No, listen.
Yes, sir.
From where you're coming from. Onyum baako. I don't know, sir. Asaka, American thing, no influence.
Drill songs.
Yeah, drill songs.
Yeah, I think one thing I can say is first of all, shout outs to Asaka boys and all the American brothers. You know, they are doing great. I like it. I like it when, you know, something can pija your man team, your brono and I din because you might easy. And I engine tune to send from and team both baby na be do outside. Ebi na sebi ebi no chene bi na eni ha. Na mum di 8 di here na ehu hia. What he say? I think said the drill type of song, you know, it's always been in existence, but the guys gave it a new face. Americans gave it a new face, and I'm proud of because into me I test say style on it anymore. Maybe I was from also also drill. It's me than a crank, it's me than a trap, it's me than anyway. But how, you know, people are from a Riasef and Nina to Nini Asha Ghana. Most importantly, Kumasi, no. I am a hua because me okay. Yeah. Me okay, ni say achimini na ya hua mami. Atamfo was the first single I bought on Tini. Okay. And I'm say, hey, yeah, d.cryme will rap you. Hey, say, I'm say, hey. When call I bring photo at some okay. And the way I'm up there, Munji EP, no. And to be EP is self-titled. I have friend Kwesi.
Yeah, Kwesi.
Yes. Not just a message say, wait, and I may yan son man saying who singing, you know. Not just a rap, no, ya quadrim. And to my share, you was say I want to turn up.
Yeah.
Which I say I came for the money. So anything you see, I'm selling.
Okay.
Yeah. What I say? It's I think same rap, you know. Obu hano nimo way back.
Where you're coming from?
Yes, when you to see and it be no more judge we anyade we about that be sanka we bu compa we chine we sua dia
ka who say
anka want to enyum to fu bebre ase.
Growing up,
Yep.
Ghanaian artists were now also now or inspire or looking up to.
Oh, a lot of them. A lot of them. Maybe it'll be a BT all round. Obana me jami to you from Ambule to Akose Japan.
Okay.
To Rex Omar, to Uncle. Oh, sorry, all these people are big people. So Uncle, first of all, when you imagine somebody, the Uncle, yes, to Uncle A.B. Currency, and the late Joe Laka. All these great people, I listen to them, coming all the way down to Reggie, Achiame, Sydney, Pozo, the group. From that time to Obrafo, to Kenya, to Kwade, to great those days.
Those guys.
A lot of generations till now. Because I think ayana me see how somebody unique. We are not nothing to the shoes, feeling like, hey, or trying to sing, or you're saying, and these are all great people, and I will tap into greatness and your bonnet.
Okay.
To me, it inspires me to write much better,
right?
Much better. To me, it's all around from way back till now. Even Ramblers,
okay.
Yes. Legend.
How was the feeling like yesterday?
Yeah, it was super fantabulous. It was a great experience, great feeling, because these are. I always say my living legends because, I have to celebrate them now. I don't have to do that later. I have to always celebrate them now. And again, and yes, and we did go back together. So the feeling was great, and I'm humbled to be, close to a humble artist. And I can explain it.
Then you now be kakai. I will talk to you. No, we are fine.
Too many wonderful songs. From that side to this is somebody I bought the cassette from back to back. So I'm sure you know that I can sing it back to back. That's the beautiful feeling, So I was humbled to be next to him, to be on the same microphone, with him. It's a beautiful feeling, and I can't wait for us to have a wonderful song together, which of course I believe is going to be super mega blast.
It will happen,
inshallah. Inshallah. That tells you how deep I have love for him, and I respect him, and I listen to him, and or unique. It'll be into me in the style. Yeah, I mean, he created a style that nobody can. It's the same thing with trip hop. I think it's a trip hop. Now, general me create him a sign, but and I'm a son by. And I've seen trip hop simply means blending your vernacular into a foreign style. It is a whole country, Dagati, Krobo, Frafra, or any other language in Krayo. I only had the two foreign beats, a trip hop. But yes, it's a Trini representative vernacular. Sorry, and a pop and a representative foreign style. And I'm a trip hop by.
And so far, it's doing well.
Fantabulous.
So far, so good.
Yep.
How are you preparing for your retirement? I'm saying, just I'm retiring. But also, if you're an artist and you are over 10 years, that's a Ghana for you, say, the time that kind of seminar among folk can or your artist. How do you feel?
The beautiful thing is that musicians don't retire. And you're expiring date in Chile. I think so, an artist can only get lazy, but can't retire. Because we be in fear doing kuno cry. Since I mean, child, you can put one or two things together because you're more great legends are. Their music still lives on, and now some people made the 80s, maybe the 90s. Look at the likes of Dolly Partons and all that; they still sing. So the good thing is musicians don't retire. No mum, and hoboa for the future. Ma tutu manamoyi, and I'm going to tuko because they be a nipa yensuya di but as I say nipa di so yan can the same way. So na yensuya di because the audience will be named 10 times. Today piano, I learn. I make sure I put extra packages because one thing I'm sure I say Isikafo bebre. Anka sika no mo wona anka so ankomada. Okay. Isikafo no bebre anka omatiada. Nanso bo hwa de bia omo pefofo aka ho. Omo mpomo na na kwesi crime na me beda. I think say de bia no se matoto manamo ye kra. Akwa say insurance plan.
Yeah.
What is say yes and nine ubit my insure na ya. Ochana beti say yes ubit my insure wabasa.
Yeah.
Ubit my insure abeti. That is since packages in Ensano, you have to, prepare and put things right. And that's what I'm always doing.
Is it necessary to target hit song as an artist?
It's important to have it in your life, but that shouldn't be the prime focus. You have to do music because you enjoy it. You have to do music because they're entertaining, they're informative, and I said yeah, information type of, and educative, stuff like that. As or passionate. In kind of BDH, but in America, I need paper being to say, when you hate song, when you hate song, you do, why I say you could bonus my own. So, first of all, you should love what you do. Don't do to please yourself. Oh, yeah, my man, sign, but at the same time, be in that flexible comfort zone whereby you'll be a PAP and woman, yeah. We beat my direction. I'm a washer, so I say, oh, you knew me about in your bottle, we knew me about perfume and cabefa, a direction. No man can say Charlie, you say perfume na basu into one ye be there what to move. And only ye PAP and we take us a quiet dear man sign any be. It means you can never be unique.
Wow.
Yes, so I think so you have to do what you can do, love it, have passion with it, hate and ankasa will follow.
Okay.
I mean my hate. Yeah, we are only vessels that we are writing.
Now, making hits now and then a be easy.
I think so now people can easily blow. Titimeno was an obi was an when you say as or rap and yet or beat in yet like it means a kill one. But now on the you obishane them, or the one or two things put together now we we are saying for nine be art and enka. But I know so much be soon for a Juma ship.
Yeah.
Almost see acquires noodles. See, Simon na being that is as Andrew and an article. But
the second one, everybody never say it was right here.
But I think say when you are ready for this or you're trained for this now, you go extra mile, not just for the movement. Because I don't do music for the moment. As Uncle Forty, I say, as soon as you can say any echo fire, as someone can't know, and as some we are be share. Because I think me yenyuma me jina ndemunu me jina send the best sound like in ra and send the best sound in the future nti ana me boa me hunte na abi wa hana me release his name wow don't obviously when I that no me na you say abdo wa che dware no ye no
now when I go into acting
and into need be an actor but me first appearance and just na Fia Schwarzenegger yes, myself, Fia Schwarzenegger, Valentina, Nana Barrow, and then some other characters. Yes, so that time they started.
And now, so the latest one, you're on the Low series now,
correct.
A job bomb of 4, right?
Shout out to Low yes.
And what Ruben, I'll play.
Okay, so first one you try na cool season.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that I say why I'm my girl. Okay. And I'm me follow Nicole across into that's where the whole story started from.
Okay.
Na ijaba mo for no. Say one thing let me remember na paso. Movie na a typical tree I'm want to make say okay but and yes. Sa titimena okay, but it was really challenging because cat and it will stop now also because yeah. It was one of the difficult challenges in shooting this Ejabamofo.
Okay.
And Ejabamofo was on Hemano Nenana.
Right.
But for now that's all I can say because we can't sitting in the fair idea.
Jim Ike.
Yep.
Everything fine.
Everything's guilty.
How the two finest guys in my studio this morning. Do you understand the song?
No, unfortunately.
It's like when he stopped womanizing, he will sing about it. When he stops stealing, he will sing about it. And what else?
Basically, I was talking about weak points in our lives. You know, some people's weak point is stealing, some is drinking, some is womanizing. But there's a lot of things in there, like bribery and all those things. But instead of me saying I will confess or testify, I will sing about it. You know,
Jim, what's your weak point? Your weak point?
The weak point every man has.
Which one is yours now?
My personal weak point.
Yes.
It's being extremely good. That's why.
If you're supposed to be a musician, what kind of genre would you do?
Well, I did rap once. I did a background of rap and.
So you have a couple of demos?
Not demo, full album.
Really?
That was a long time ago. That was some 8 years ago. Two-Face, San Sultan. What's it? Michael Blackson was on the video.
Wow.
We shot it in Harlem, in New York. It was fun.
And what happened? You didn't pursue the music in the career?
Now we want to turn it. We just formed a record label.
Okay.
I'm bringing some young talents too. Then we're just messing around. I followed them to the studio once with Mary J. Blige. They had an appointment. So I picked them up from the hotel, went to the studio. Mary J. Blige came in, they had a thing. So I caught the bug then. We had a little fun. Then we said, you know what? We're not doing anything. Let's create an album with Jim.
Wow.
So we did it and we put it out.
Do you remember some of your lines?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, let me feel it.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
That's not me. I'm an executive producer. I don't rap, so I don't want to put myself out like that. He's a rapper. He's born to do that.
Jim Ike was a household name in Ghana, and at a point we're not hearing from you. What happened?
I've also proved there's nothing like wars. Nobody has ever used wars in my name, and nobody ever will. It's I built it like that. That whenever I come, I have something to say. The point is as explicit as the brand I'm building. I've given about a decade and a half of my life to this establishment.
Okay.
I've earned the right to come and go as I please.
Okay.
There's some other things that will, encompass your life as you go. You'll be a genius at one and extremely good at the others, and not so good at the rest. So you find them as you get older and you get more founded and more grounded in your establishment. So acting is the one thing that's always come so easily to me in my space, that to create it ahead of others, to set precedences has been different. As a businessman, I found out that I'm extremely good at it. It's in my genes. I'm an Igbo man. You understand? I was born with it. I trained for it. I have a financing degree in banking and finance. I have a degree in psychology, and I have an MBA. So I deliberately, intentionally trained to be financially literate. So I always knew that at some point the creative will stop and the businessman will take over. But you can't juggle both. So those 5 years hiatus that people speak about was that we were establishing a lot of investments, and we're putting it in the hands of people that were far less passionate than me. I drive. I'm naturally a gate opener, but I don't know how to man gates because I get bored and have to move to another conquest. So I would usually emotionally bring on people that have paper qualification to take care of these things for me. And at the end of the day, it never really worked.
Okay.
Yeah, it never really worked because it wasn't just what I wanted to do. I wanted to create something, exclusive, something that I had to be hands-on. So many times it was not working to our advantage, and we finally decided that the best course of business was shut down everything, come back and start taking care of these investments personally.
Okay.
And that's what we did. We've grown about 7 or 8 businesses in the course of 6 years. So I felt it's time to come back and be a creative again.
I played that song too serious. I've watched your movies. We met yesterday, and
we've been talking before then.
We've been talking, but we met yesterday, and we were supposed to design something or print out something, and it looks like the guys were wasting time. So when I got there, and he was like, "No, it has to be done." I said, "Yes, that's the man."
Action man.
Action man. Not just talking. Now, you've been in Ghana for the past week or?
Yes, sir.
Past week.
A week and 2 days now.
2 days now. So you were here purposely for the movie.
Yeah, the premiere of Bad Comments.
Yeah.
what a lot of people think is perhaps the best. No, not perhaps. Let me be definite. The best film I've ever created.
Wow. How many movies so far to your credit?
I've probably done about 300 films.
No, not you as a character, but production.
Production.
Yes.
Personally, as a producer.
You as a producer.
Okay. I've produced 4 films. I've directed 3 films.
Okay.
I've executive produced 2 films.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you have countless movies that you have featured, but there's one that I always remember. Is Nkenwa was your uncle.
That stole my money. But that was a real life story, bro.
Oh, really?
So I had a cousin.
Okay.
He was working in Switzerland then, and every time he would send money, we were all really young then. Okay, and my dad did him a great disservice. My dad apologized later.
Okay.
My dad didn't want to be mixed up in all that thing, so my dad sort of sent them all out. You know, at some point, he was the man of resources, so it was, all the family responsibility was on him. So the idea was any young man that could stand, either you get properly educated or you go out and start business.
Right.
So we sent out about 11 young men and women to various countries in the world. So when some of them started doing well, they felt obliged to get back to him to take their money for investment in Nigeria. But my mom was alive, refused and said, listen, don't get mixed up in that. You've done your part. You've sent them out. Let them deal with their parents directly now. Because once you get mixed up in that, you know how it works.
Yeah.
You've embezzled money, you've done that, you don't want that. So they turned to this uncle of mine that used to purportedly be the next richest person in our community, and they started sending him money. So all of a sudden, and then what they didn't know was that the guy was bankrupt at that time.
Yeah.
So when these young men and women, not only my cousins, everybody was sending, because they felt this is the person that had resources that will not embezzle their money. He took it and started establishing himself. The dude became like twice as rich, seemingly in less than 2-3 years. When these guys came home and we're like, okay, where is our investment? He said, well, things went bad, I put it there, it didn't go well. Basically, cut the long story short, he embezzled everybody's money. So, I mean, it was crazy. Some of them went to oracles and threw his name. And we're like, it was crazy that time. We're like, you know what? Let him die. So went to church, dude. So my old man had to intervene. They called him, meeting, he paid back what he could pay back. He had really stolen so much money, it was almost impossible. He ended up running away to Cotonou.
There are 2 scenes in that movie. When you came, he was wearing one, is it bubu or jarabia, with this shiny, stuff. You were like, hey, uncle, this one is like disco, disco light. And he had a dream that I think you wanted to kill him. He woke up and the wife came to him, and the wife, oh, are you sure you have not chopped the money? No. Are you implying that I'm a petty thief?
Let me tell you something about Kibu and I. We've done 3 films in the course of our whole career.
Okay.
We don't script our films.
No wonder.
We couldn't, because we're such method actors and such improvisers that the directors and producers usually say, okay, if it's Jim and Kibu, let's forget the script. This is the outline action. And we'll go.
I love that movie.
Yeah, he's exceptional. He's an exceptional talent.
There's
a question I ask d.cryme about fame, money. How do you handle yours?
By failing. I failed a lot in my life. And in failure, I found my substance, I found my pattern, I found my algorithm to success. I was a kid. Don't forget, I started this when I was barely 20, barely out of my first degree. And I said, this is what I wanted to do. Everybody. And I was lost the first 3 years because I didn't have the support of my family.
Okay.
I was ostracized. My father probably woke up and said, if you have to do this, you're not taking my last name. Okay, that's what brought about the Jim Ike. There was no last name.
Oh.
The establishment was clear. If you're going to pursue this course, instead of the masters and the PhD will plan for you. I mean, you were done by 20. Basically, by 22, the masters would have come, and by 26, the PhD. So, what are you throwing your life away going to do this? Then everybody thought that was essentially what it was. I don't know where I found the strength nor the will to say that this is what I wanted to do. Perhaps that's why I'm very confident. I'm very cautious as regards what comes to me in this industry, because nobody has fought to be here harder than I have. No, and I did it without the support of the people I believed in most. So when that happened, I was on my own in the world for a long time. I didn't know where to sleep. I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. Friends that come to my house and stayed and taking money from my family could not accommodate me, could not feed me. People that I looked up to, cousins and uncles that were well established and would not let me into their homes. So it was a hard time, but it also defined the character and how I seem to, the barometer that I measure people in my life. Having said that, the way forward for me was to understand that in the beginning, when he hit me, we didn't have any directives, we didn't have any manager, somebody that was the fame manager that said, it's a responsibility you've been given. You can't do this or that. And we're kids, before we're 22, we're multi-millionaires, so I didn't know what to do with the money.
Yeah.
I just understood that it was about buying flashy stuff, hanging out with the flyest women, being in different parties. And, I don't know how it's.
Is it fun to have women around you?
I grew up with women. I'm used to women. I've been used to women all my life.
You're looking at my face.
I'm learning.
I have 12 sisters.
Oh, okay.
And I'm the only son.
Oh, okay.
So it's
you're
like
pumped.
It's a different generation. I have 6 sisters.
Okay.
But I had 2 cousins, female cousins. I lived with 2 aunties. My grandmother and my mom. My dad traveled a lot, so I was the husband, the boyfriend, the nemesis, the nice guy, the bad guy, all in one family. And there were different generation of women.
How many daughters?
How many daughters do I have? I don't have a daughter yet, but
unfortunately,
that's been my prayer every day. The day I have a daughter, I'm going to shut down the world. Yeah, because
aren't you scared to have a daughter?
No, why? I'm going to raise my daughter.
Would you get time to raise your daughter, as you're saying? Would you get time to raise your daughter, as you're saying?
Why would you ask if
time? Because you are busy.
No, I've worked all my life so that I can own time. The one thing that I bought with my money is not good things. I bought time.
Okay.
Yeah, because when my son came, I proved the reason I worked all my life. I took 3 years without working to be with my son.
Okay.
How many people can do that? And that's because I've worked all my life, so I can afford it.
Okay.
Okay. When my daughter comes, I also do the same thing. It's you can't negotiate those kind of things. The easiest thing, money. That's also the biggest misnomer and mistake people make. That you make money to buy luxurious things. No, the one thing that you can't buy is time. And so the only thing that can afford you time with the people you love and you sacrifice with for most is if you have the resources for it.
And now you have the resources.
Nobody ever has enough resources. Even Dangote doesn't. I've been with Dangote and he's still hustling. Dangote hustles more than you and me.
I know. I don't envy big men.
He wakes up 5 a.m. for meetings and he sleeps around 2 a.m. I'm like, what if this guy is working at this rate? I should be hanging myself. I have no reason.
Seriously, I don't envy big men.
I had a deal I brought to them in Atlanta, and 5 a.m. his PA was calling me. I'm like, what is this whole thing? What's this harassment for? Did you people sleep? I mean, this is a deal I'm going to make money from, but I was feeling harassed. Like, why is a billionaire's PA calling me
at this time?
At 2 a.m.? I mean, you guys should be sleeping. You're ready, we're picking you up 5 a.m. I got there at the hangar, and these dudes were all awake with coffee, and that's when I schooled myself. Okay? And after that, I got linked to another group. So my cousin and I did a deal with my ex-girlfriend. Yeah? Okay. We did a deal. When we're done, the day we met the partners we did a deal with, right? We were the only ones that were like, yo, we need to hit the party, we need to hit the club. That's what my cousin and I were discussing. When we met these folks, they were like, so these guys were like, what's the next thing? What's the next move? We should come out to Nigeria. We hear you're in real estate. And it dawned on us that this thing we thought that we just made that was money is a small transaction for these men. So one of them then said, hey, so where you headed? I said, Atlanta. He said, okay, you know what, we'll give you a ride. We got to the jet. It was not a normal jet, it was an Airbus that somebody was using for a jet. When we got there, my cousin whipped out his phone. The way I pinched that guy. You an idiot. Look around you. Everybody's reading a book on their computer, making phone calls for the next day. You're taking selfies. Do you know how they were going to look? We're the only black people on this plane. And you're taking selfies. Just because you just made some small money. This is daily transaction for this. Act like you've been on a jet before. This is not a jet. You and I have been on mini jet. This is an airport. I'm taking the pictures. I don't care. I said you can't take the picture. We're fighting for the phone. I seized the phone, held it. Then we waited till the woman was asleep and we took very quiet selfies. Because we had to prove to somebody.
Yeah, that you're a big man.
When we came down, we're making calls. We planned our friend to pick us up.
Okay.
His rowdy friend. When we were on that jet, we changed. we didn't want that because it's going to come with a Lamborghini and make noise and look like it. So when we saw this setting, we had to call a proper car service that will pull up with a proper Escalade that will make us look like businessmen. So our friend was calling us, have you guys landed? We told him, no man, it's 1 hour more. We stopped somewhere. We didn't want that guy around. But that defines the strata you're going to. Okay? There's a place where the loudness, the noise, the ostentatiousness will not work. And these people who are watching us to see our lifestyle, like, are these the kind of people we invest in? If we invest in this kind of people, will they go buy expensive cars,
they go chop their money,
Rolexes, and chop their money? Or are they the kind of people that this kind of money doesn't impress them? We invest, we see our ROI. We have to prove. We're faking a lot of calls. That's why I was telling you. At your every level, you have to fake it. At our level, we didn't have to fake it anymore. We thought we've arrived. But when we got to the group that really arrived, we started faking calls. We're like, hey man, so when are you guys going to be ready? As well, Landy, we'll come to this meeting. Which meeting? We're not going to any meeting. We're just hungry at that point. Just going to get eat. You know, so I think that it resonates at every level. You have to figure it out. That my brother, you haven't arrived.
More money, more problem. Is it true?
No.
Do you believe that? More money, more problem?
Well, sometimes it comes with it.
But when you're schooled with it, I used to think more money, more problems, because I came to a point in my life where more money, more problem. When I started making really serious money, every family member found me out. Even the ones that bullied me when I was a kid decided to be best friends with me overnight. And I thought, and you understand, the self-entitlement come, all that stuff come, and at some point you become overwhelmed. But once the focus was my nuclear, raising my sisters right, making sure they were with the right men. Listen, part of the reason why you're in the streets and you're quote unquote a bad boy is also to glean out the bad guys from coming in. You know, so whenever they were in a wrong relationship, I told them just by looking at the guys that this won't work, man. No, this is not the kind of dude you want to be hanging with. No, forget the excitement. He's not going to work with this dude. So I think when I learned to empower my circle, I made sure my sisters got through their masters. I made sure that they were out there working at the right corporations for training. After 2-3 years, I incorporated everybody back into my businesses. 3 of my sisters work for me. 2 of my brothers-in-law work with me. You know, we never, not for me, we all work together. At the end of the day, I understood it for what it was. I became deaf, blind, and mute to the external forces. Then I understood the tool called money. And it is a tool. You can either weaponize it to be used as it's actually meant to be as a capitalist, or you can moralize it to be used for good. So when I learned that, I understood that it's not more money, more problems. It is you that is trying to show yourself out there. That's when the problem will come. As I sit here, you don't know my worth. You will never know. You don't know if I have or whether I don't have.
Whether you're faking it?
Yeah, whether I'm faking it or I'm real. Because my life is in that straight line. Nothing stresses me anymore. Whether I have it or I don't have it. I know that there's nothing life will throw at me that I've not been through. And I also know that there's nothing I'll project as a sign or symbol of wealth that people are not even doing bigger. So, which part do you want?
Trouble. I wanted to ask something, but our time is, we have a few minutes. Talking about this cyber thing, someone accused you of, we saw a video of you, attacking the guy. Was it staged?
Staged?
As in, shall I make us slap you small for sharing that thing?
That's a brilliant question. You want an answer?
Why not?
I should just keep quiet.
No, we can't keep quiet.
Okay. Look at me. Everything I do in this life, does it look deliberate? I have a question for you now. I'm being Nigerian. You
Yes.
will ask questions for me.
Yes, now.
So
that's why I played too serious for you.
Everything you've met me, everything I do in this life. Do you think I'm the kind of man that will walk into something that will somehow downgrade my plan for some, or my vision for something? I think everything I do is very deliberate, very, very intentional. Do you think I'm that kind of person?
Yes.
I'm very intentional about everything, including how we meet.
99%.
99%. I'm very intentional.
Yeah.
And so find your answer there. I see your guy behind, like, brain is going haywire right now. Like, Charlie, what is this, man? Can this idiot just come out and say yes or no? I mean, that's the whole point. The point is, if you think I'm a very intentional, very deliberate person that I plan and strategize every move I make, in there somewhere is your answer.
How much did you give the guy? How much did you give the guy?
Oh, you think it was
I asked a question. Like, how much did you give the guy?
How much did you give the guy?
Yes.
So you've concluded that it was how can you conclude? What made you conclude?
The actions, you know, most of your movies.
But it took some brushing, my brother. Did you see the kick? That was some kung fu, dude. My black belt came in good use that day. You know, so I mean, nobody can tell. Whether it was deliberate or whether it was orchestrated or whether I actually went there to hit him. But I'm not a violent person. Man
must survive.
I'm a strategist.
Yes, man must survive.
I'm a strategist.
Jim, any 1 or 2 words for?
Come out to make clean.
Yep.
Okay, that's where the action is tomorrow. I mean, there's nowhere else to go. You know, they've been a shutdown for a long time. I hear people here have not been to the cinemas for a long time. That was the challenge. But I beat those odds to create something. So come out. What I'm saying is the best film I've ever created. Every pundit, every critic in Nigeria said it's the best film ever made from our stable, and that's a strong word to be said about content. But I am also saying that if you walk in there, you don't like the film, I'll pay you back your money.
Sharp,
straight. We are coming with some cash, so anybody that I will just give back. And I'm bringing back my cash, I promise.
Rich man.
No, it's not about that. It's about confidence.
Word.
You can't be confident if your pocket is Sakura. Okay, so
yes, sir.
d.cryme.
Yes, sir.
How are we concluding it?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I'm grateful. Kumasi is my second home, even though, you know, we're always in Tema.
Yeah.
And this year, the first EP that came out was the Kwesi self-titled rap EP. And you know, most of the times, this is the reason why I made this single, Asabia. Now, the ladies like it when I sing more than the rap. And you know, we do this for the people. So because I was listening to them from the DMs and the taggings and everything, that's how come I had to drop the single Asabia for them. Now, the year is still young. Too many wonderful upcomings. Too many wonderful surprises. I don't like to say, watch out, watch out. I'm the action type of person. So don't be shocked, prize, when bangers are dropping before the year ends. Because this is me and my team, a lot of brainstorming. So anytime that there's a breather, is because we're bringing out something crazy. And that's what I do for the people. So I'm happy that I'm here on Pure FM and for hosting me as well. And next to, you know, another living legend, which I'm grateful to be in the studios with. And I believe that the sky is just a stepping stone.